What's good, you guys? It's Kendall here, back at it again after a long time without any DIYs. Sorry, I was on exams and these couple of months are going to be super busy for me, and so I'm just telling you guys that in advance. Anyway, so today I'm going to be tackling a new EOS DIY for you guys. I'm going to be making a DIY Nutella EOS. This EOS DIY was inspired by the amazing Cute Life Hacks channel. Make sure you guys check out her channel. I'll link the original video in the description below. I saw her do this a couple months ago and I was like, this is dope. So of course everybody loves Nutella and everyone loves EOS, so I decided to smash the two together. So without further ado, let's get on to the tutorial. So the things that you'll be needing for this DIY are an EOS. I'm going to be using a half-used EOS, but preferably you want to be using a full EOS, or you could use a whole lip balm from somewhere else. It doesn't really matter because we're going to be adding coconut oil anyway. You'll be needing an X-Acto knife, a butter knife, a pot with boiling water, a heat-proof container, and then you'll be needing 3/4 of a tablespoon of coconut oil. The original recipe actually used a whole tablespoon, but I found that to be a bit too oily, so I decided to opt for 3/4 of a tablespoon. And finally, because it's a Nutella DIY, you'll obviously need a whole tablespoon of Nutella. So you're going to start off the DIY by grabbing your EOS and using your butter knife to just slice off the remainder of the lip balm and placing that into your heat-proof container. Next, you just want to scrape off any excess lip balm and you're going to grab your X-Acto blade and pop that into the crate. To find this crate, you're going to go ahead and run your hands along the edge of the EOS until you come across a ridge. Once you found that ridge, you just want to pop your X-Acto blade into the ridge and pop the crate out. This is actually fairly simple, but if you haven't done this before or you can't do it, then make sure you find some parental supervision to help you, as this is the dangerous part of the DIY. Once you've popped that out, just scrape off the excess layer of the lip balm that's lying on the bottom half of the crate. Grabbing a heat-proof container which now holds your lip balm, you can actually add in any extra lip balm if you want, but I did not. Now that you've popped your crate off, you actually have three sections. You have the top layer of the EOS, you have the bottom half of the EOS, and you have the crate cleaned off with the paper towel. So I just went ahead and put in my 3/4 of a tablespoon of coconut oil. And then using the double boiler method, I put that into the pot and began to melt that. My water, I guess, started turning cold, so I decided to put it on the stove instead and melt it that way. After it's melted all the way, it's time to put in my 1 tablespoon of Nutella and mix that in. This is super simple. Obviously, it should take you about a minute to mix in. So you're going to assemble this by grabbing your top half of the EOS and grabbing a crate and screwing the crate into the top half of the EOS. After that, you're going to lay your bottom half of the EOS on a flat surface and rotate the top half upside down and sit that comfortably on the inside. This is done so that your EOS doesn't tip around when you're pouring it in the next step. Now that you've assembled your crate, you're going to begin to pour in your mixture. Then I just poured this into my measuring spoon and then poured that into my EOS. If you found that your mixture has kind of like cooled and hardened, you just want to put that on top of the stove again and just heat it up again. Once I was happy with the amount of mixture in my EOS container, I just grabbed my toothpick and smoothed it out so that the mixture was kind of touching the sides of the EOS so that they didn't leave any gaps. When you filled it up, tap it a couple times to get rid of the air bubbles. Now that I'm done with that, I just grab the container and pop the EOS into the container because I feel like that's more hygienic, and then pop that into the freezer for 30 minutes. So once the 30 minutes was up, I just got that out and took the bottom half of my container off from the bottom side and snapped that into place at the top half of the EOS. This is super simple to do, just place it in the palm of your hands and snap it together. Once you unscrew the top like a regular EOS, it will pop up as your newly DIY Nutella EOS. And then you're done. I see your face. I see your face. I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial, and if you guys want to see me tackle more EOS DIYs in the future, make sure that you guys drop those in the comment sections below. And if you guys like this video, please give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, because it's free. If you've made it this far, comment down below Nutella for life, and don't forget that I love you guys so much, and stay Gucci, eat some pizza, and hug a cactus. Deuces.
I can tell that you came with a Disney flow, ayy. Ain't nobody ever heard about your Disney show, ayy. Got a bitch that remind me of my series. cereal from Britain. When I see her, I'm like Cheerio. Yeah, Alyssa called asking me if we could win against Jake Paul. I said we Gucci like the shirts with the snakes on. I just heard the song Team 10, now I hate y'all. Logan, that will be your last hit like an 8-ball.
Nah, wrong call, yeah, it's Jake, like from State Farm. Get girls, but the hooker said you paid for it. Me and Royce in the house with like 8 floors.